Okay. All right, so hopefully this goes better than the last one. I think I learned some lessons of things not to do from the last one. So just to show you some tricks of one of my favorite tools of Case Catalyst, this is number conversion. So I'm going to just write a number, $3,450,000, and it should automatically convert. That's what we're going to show you how to do today, how to get to that point. There's no possible way that you could possibly put every single number combination into your dictionary. So Case Catalyst has a feature called number conversion. I'm going to go right now to my managed jobs, go into my personal dictionary, which is right here, open up my personal dictionary, and in my personal dictionary, we're going to go to the filter, which is right up here, this little blue thing that looks like an upside down filter. What you want to do in order to make number conversion work, the first thing that you need to do is filter out every single number in your dictionary. Don't have a heart attack. We're going to move them to a dictionary called Old Numbers. So in case you hate how this works, you can move them back. I really don't see how you could possibly hate how it works. It's truly an amazing feature. If you listen to what I'm saying and do what you're supposed to do, 95 to 98% of your numbers, when they're written, should come up perfectly. So the first thing to do is you're going to go to this filter right here. When you click on the filter, it's going to ask you for entry type. We don't want the steno or the text. We want the entry type. So you're going to click on entry type. You're going to go right here to new. The first thing we're going to do is numbers, to filter out all numbers. Click on that and hit filter. Now, this is what the area that we're looking for, the steno. There cannot be any numeric number in the steno, or number conversion will not work. You can have numbers over here, as many as you want, but you cannot have any numbers in this section of your dictionary. So if I scroll down in my dictionary, in this steno section, there won't be any numerical numbers. For those of you who, you should have your Case Catalyst turned on. I'm sorry, I should have told you to do that in the beginning, but when you go through yours, you're going to see numbers in this section. What you want to do is you want to highlight anything. It might take you a while to do this, but it's definitely well worth it. So what you're going to do is, I don't have any numbers in this part of my dictionary because otherwise my number conversion would not be working. But for those of you that do, you're going to start highlighting them by just hitting the shift key and down to all the numbers that should not be in there. You would do a right click, move to dictionary, go to other dictionary. I don't really want this to happen, but you're going to name it here to Old Numbers, open it, and then move them. You're going to go through and do that for every single number that is in this part of your steno. Like I said, numbers can stay here, but you cannot have any numbers in this portion of your personal dictionary, or number conversion won't work. When you're finished doing all of those numbers, remove the filter. It'll take you back to your regular dictionary. You're going to go back to this filter again. You're going to go again to entry type. And now you're going to go to numeral words. Once again, filter them. If you see any numbers in this section, move them to the other dictionary. Highlight them like we did before. You're going to highlight them, right click, move them to dictionary, move them to the other dictionary, whatever you named it, Old Numbers, whatever you want it to be. This could be kind of time consuming because there can be things mixed in here, but it's definitely worth doing. So once you have all of those numbers moved into the new dictionary, The only thing that can be in your personal dictionary, excuse me, I have to get a glass of water, or should be in your personal dictionary, are the written words for the number 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, up to 90, then the word for 100, but not the 100, just 100, 1,000, and million need to be in your dictionary. You also need to have in your dictionary dollars, and the words for cents. If you write numbers with the DZ after it, like a combination of your number bar and the DZ, number conversion won't work correctly for you. It's just not, Case Catalyst is not set up that way to combine that DZ stroke or a D stroke onto it. It just won't convert the correct way. So once you have all of those numbers filtered out, you're going to go back and make sure that the 1, 2, 3 written out are in your dictionary. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 20s, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. The word for 100, 1,000, and million. So the next thing you're going to do, okay, I also kind of wrote out some quick instructions and put them on share file. So maybe if you're having a hard time understanding what I'm saying, that would be the good spot to go to figure it out. Then I don't write my numbers consistently. I don't know if you're perfect in writing your numbers, but I go back and forth between writing my numbers and with using the number bar, and then sometimes I use words. So now I'm going to close out of my dictionary, and I'm going to show you in my translation options what you need to set up in order for the number conversion to work. So now you would go to translate, go to options. I also included a screenshot of this into the thing that's on share file, but you're going to go through and pick here the way that you write. Do you use commas when you are dividing between a series? I do, so I wanted to ignore the commas. I wanted to ignore the word and, because when I'm writing, I'm very literal. So I'll write 300 and I write the word and out. So I want it to ignore the and. I don't want it to ignore the commas. I want it to put the commas in. I don't want it to ignore the periods, because when I write 1.8 or 0.8, I want the word point to turn into a period. Ignore word numbers and squish define numbers. That's the way I write. So kind of think about that in your head. Think how you write yourself. The only way this is going to work is if you try it out and practice a little with it. So now you want also to be turned on automatic number conversion. I have with thousand separators on there. Display 10 and under as words. So if words are in a series or just the word 3 in a sentence, I want it to be written out as THREE. I do not want under 10 to be converted into a number. Otherwise, display as digits, and don't convert word numbers. I want it to convert word numbers, because sometimes I'll write 3,401,001 and I'll write 1 as a word instead of writing it with the number bar. So this is how I write. Therefore, that's the conversions that I want turned on. So then the next thing, there's 2 other things that go into number conversion working. The other thing to make number conversion work is go into your system files. You're going to scroll down to number conversion, open it up, and in here are things that, now I've modified this a lot. I also put it into a file on ShareFile. You can overwrite the one that you have in your that's in your system files if you want to with mine, or just go in and change it to be how you want. So for this, see where it says address here? This is the rule that Case Catalyst will follow. If it sees the word avenue, I'm going to double click on this so you can read along with me. If Case Catalyst sees the word avenue, it turns 22, see right here, 22 Red Pine Avenue converts to 22, it'll cap the word red, cap the word pine, and cap the word avenue. This here, this formula here, within these brackets, the address, is what Case Catalyst uses to make that conversion. So if you go down here, defendant exhibits, this is how it will convert it. After it sees defendant's exhibit number, it will change it to defendant's exhibit number 5, which would have been written out, will convert to the number 5. So Case Catalyst knows by looking at these options here how you want it converted. If you wanted it to be that if your county for some reason used Roman numerals, you would change this digit after to be cap with number and then the Roman numeral. So it can change these within, you can change the format of how you want it to appear in your transcript. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. So in here, exhibit, if it sees exhibit and there's a digit after it, so there's a number after it, it knows just by seeing the word exhibit, Case Catalyst knows to cap the word exhibit and put a number after it. If it sees grand jury exhibit number, same thing. If it sees those words, grand jury exhibit number, it knows to cap all that automatically and put a number after it. Even if it's the number 2, it's going to know that it needs to be a number versus the word 2 written out. So you could go through all of these if you want. If it sees page, the same thing. If it sees page with a digit after it, it will cap the word page and put the number 2 after it. Paragraph, people's exhibit, I pretty much included all the ones in that I want, but maybe that's not how you write. Maybe these are not things that you would use. My theory about it is best to have more in here than not enough. The only problem that does come up sometimes is if you have the word road and there's a number before it. So I'll give you an example. The 2 of us rode down the street. Case Catalyst might turn that number 2 and then of us into a street name because it's thinking it's a road. The word road is in there. It's thinking that it is a road. So it would change the TWO to the number 2, and it would change of us into a street name. Those things you kind of have to learn how to live with. I mean, for all the great things that number conversion does, for the few things that it might screw up, it truly, truly is well worth it to do. So you could go through here, you can use mine and just, I think I showed the last time, but I'll show you guys again, that if you wanted to take my number conversion in, you would download it off of ShareFile. So you would go to the ShareFile folder, download it, and then you would use the restore command from Case Catalyst to bring that into your system if you wanted to use it. So it's under the Case Catalyst. Oh, I uploaded 2 things and I don't know why they're not on here. Try again. Okay, here it is. So here's the number conversion instructions. You could download that, and this is the number conversion zip file. That's the file that I was just in on Case Catalyst that has my things that I have changed in it. So what you would do, you would download it here, download it to your desktop. Once the download is successful, you would then go to your restore on Case Catalyst. I'm back in Case Catalyst now. Double click on the number conversion, open it, and it would overwrite the number conversion dictionary that is within Case Catalyst. You might not want to do that. You might want to try going along with the one that's in there for a while and see if you like it that way. But if you see that they don't necessarily have all the plaintiffs, defendants, exhibits, those things were not before in there. I'm not sure if Case Catalyst is updated to put those in there now or not. So the other thing that works, so now you've made those changes in your dictionary. You have gone into the number conversion file and either added or overwritten it with mine. The other thing that you need to do, is something that are called number triggers. Number triggers can be found in the real-time dictionary that is in Case Catalyst. So I'm going to go now, once again, I'm still in System Files. As you can see, I'm still in my System Files, and I'm going to go down to Real-Time Commands Dictionary. If you go into the Real-Time Command Dictionary, you can filter this out once again, and I'm going to filter it out for entry type number conversion. Number trigger, sorry. And then filter it. There's only a few in here because I've already moved the ones that I want into my main dictionary. So if you're in your real-time commands dictionary and you just filtered it out just the way I showed you how, you'll see more than what are in mine. Now, you can either highlight these by just highlighting them all and move them into your dictionary so that when Case Catalyst sees these number word triggers, that's how I write phone, that's how I write social security number, that's how I write telephone, that's how I write, that's not how I write zip code, but that's the correct one is in my dictionary. Move them into your dictionary. If you want these number triggers, but these are not the way you write the word, like this is not the way I write zip code. So here, I would change the steno. The way I write zip code is I use the whole the whole initial for this letter Z. So I would correct it to how I would write it, change it. No, that was wrong. I didn't want to do that. And I would just enter this into, so now here is the way I write zip code. I would highlight these and move them into my main personal dictionary, or you could copy them into your dictionary if you don't want to necessarily move them out of the real-time command dictionary. So when you're writing, if Case Catalyst sees this, if it sees zip code written, it's going to know to put it in a zip code format. If it sees the word telephone or the word phone, it's going to know to convert it into a telephone number. The same thing with social security number. So now I am going to go into, I have a practice number conversion real-time file open here just to show you how number conversion actually works. So if I put in the number, you'll see it on the screen as I write them, you'll see them automatically convert. So like I said in the very beginning, you cannot possibly put in every number into your dictionary. There's no way to do it. Even if you try, once you put those numbers into that steno portion, Case Catalyst gets screwed up. It just can't register then. If it sees those numbers in there, it can't register. Does she want me to auto-convert this? Does she not want me? I'm confused. That's why they have to be out of there. So if anybody wants to put in the comments some numbers, I'm going to show you. If I write social security number, I write SS for that. And then Well, here, all right. My social security number is,
I can give
and
you,
I'm just gonna, go ahead.
okay, social security number 573-26-1234.
Okay, so until now, that's exactly how I wrote it. I could put my numbers, my notes up here. So if you want to see what my notes look like for that, that's what my notes look like for that. Until I hit a period and move on, Case Catalyst is still checking to see. But see, as soon as I wrote 2 more strokes, it automatically converted it. Now, go ahead, Tammy, give me a phone number.
217-557-0268 is my office phone.
So that's, okay, so as soon as I continued writing, Case Catalyst automatically put the brackets before the area code and put the hyphen between whatever it is, whatever you call those numbers, and it converted it. There is no way that you could write that as quick and put all of that in yourself without having those number triggers. The number trigger was telephone number. Those were the things I told you to take out of your real-time dictionary in system files and move into your personal dictionary. The same thing with social security number. As soon as Case Catalyst saw the word social security number, it converted it into this. Now, if I was doing defendant's exhibit number 12 is, well, I normally would write the apostrophe in there. Case Catalyst knew to cap this and to change this to the number 12. So if I'm going to do a lowercase number, did you see it change? It went back and capped that exhibit because it knew. Now this is the section that it's working out of the number conversion dictionary. The second one I showed you with all those examples in it for street names. I'll give you a street name. My address is 1220 West North Avenue. Okay, it should have capped the west, but it didn't. It just capped the north before. But like I said, it's not always 100% perfect, but it's pretty darn close to it. I'm going to show you. Go ahead, sorry.
What about during Q&A? If you say, the question is, what is your phone number? And the answer is 217-227-2121.
It knows, it goes back and looks 5 lines before and 5 lines after, I think is what the parameters are. So it knows enough to go back and look, but you wanted to see if it's in a question? Okay.
Let's do a Q&A right now. Question, the attorney says, what about, let's see, what is your phone number? Answer is 217-277-2121.
I think I have too many numbers in there. It's not.
Well, what if they just the answer just 217-277-2121?
It's not going to convert that one because it already converted here. So it's assuming that there's only one phone number in the sequence. So you'd have to put the trigger in again. Do you understand what I'm saying? So by it converting this number here, by converting this number on the screen within Case Catalyst, it's not going to convert the next one after it. Because if you said my phone number is 217-277-2121, and I have lived there for 256 years, you don't want it to try and convert the next number to make it into a phone number. So go ahead and give me another example.
What about if they didn't say my phone number is? Like, what's your phone number? 217-557-0268. Okay.
It automatically converted it.
Okay.
So now have somebody give me a dollar and cents number.
What if there's no area code? The answer is 5570268.
If I put one number too many in there, and I hit one number too many. Okay, so just, what do you want, my phone number?
Question. What's your phone number? 5570268.
It still came back and automatically converted it here. So there are also number triggers that you could put in that within Case Catalyst, it will still know. So if I wrote a time, for example, the time is, do you see how it came back and automatically put this in here? There's no way you could possibly add every single time combination into your dictionary. Case Catalyst saw the word time and knew to do this, knew to change this by the number triggers that in my dictionary. If it didn't, I'm going to give you another, I'll put in another example of something.
Is there a trigger for, let's see, is there a trigger for military time?
There is, but I've never used it. So you would have to look in the real times command for that and then move that to your dictionary. The other, do you see how I just converted that to 212? So if I wrote 212, but it was an ordinal number, and it's because it's the name of the street, so 212th Street. I have the command in here. If you see over here, ord, that is my command to turn this into an ordinal number. So if I wrote ord after that, do you see how it automatically converted to 212th? So I could write the word street after it, and I wouldn't have to add the TH.
Question about earlier we went by, does the area code stitch?
That would be, you would have to go back into that. Remember where I showed you before in the real-time commands? You would have to go into there and change it to be how you want it to be. So I'm going to go back and filter again to get the entry type. So here, do you see how these commands are? A little of this is knowing some coding, but it right here, see with the capital X, then it puts this into the parentheses, then the numbers go into here. If you wanted this to be removed, you could change it to be like this one is here by putting, you can make these be how you want them to be. You could go into the help file and number triggers, and there's more examples of how you could write things. But this is the way, the standard way of it doing it. So this is what's in here, but you are perfectly, you could go in here and change it right here to be however you would want it to be. If you don't want to have that, the brackets around the area code, you want it to be stitched, this is where you would put it in. You would just add your hyphens in however you want it, save it, and move it to your dictionary that way. Did that answer their question, Tammy?
I believe so. Next question is, how about if you write out your numbers instead of using the number bar?
They still should automatically convert. So if I wrote 1,320, see, I don't write them out, so it's not going to come up in my dictionary that way. It still will work. It's just that that's not how I write it, so it's not in my dictionary that way. But you see how, like, if I wrote the number 6, it will automatically convert it. Even though I wrote it in the Word, you could see that I wrote the word for 6 here. It converted it here. So if I wrote 66, it's converting it to the number.
So if you just wrote out like 1,000.
Well, because it's going to add on to that one.
Yeah.
It needs to be divided by words in between to know how to convert. You have to think like it does, like the software does. Not every single thing is going to necessarily convert. If you could think of a weird protocol for it not, Case Catalyst might do it. But for all the times that it works, it's just so, to me, it's such an amazing feature that you can't give me a number that I can't write, and 99% of the time it's going to come out. If you said $3,457,982.18, come on, there's no way that you could put that into your dictionary. And look at how fast it converted it. It's really an amazing feature. So if anybody has any more questions, I'd be happy to.
Hold on. Okay, next question is, what if you stroke at the time we installed 5/8 board?
Okay, it might not, you'd have to put board into this number conversion. You'd have to go back into here, back to your system files, into number conversion. I don't think board is anywhere in here, but add it. You could add anything by hitting Control-I. Okay, you wanted to put the word board in here. If the word foot was in there, it might have converted right. If you want to put board in here, and then you would make it be how you wanted, digit after whatever combination you want. Down here, it'll explain to you pretty much of how it will convert to. So if I wanted it to, let's say I wanted it to be foot, it would the 2'6" would convert to 2. Can you guys see this on the bottom? 2 with the, it knows how to do that by using this option for foot. If you put inch, 3 foot 5 inches would convert to 3 foot 5 inches. It has all of these combinations in there. Just play around with it. Make it be what you want it to be. If that is stuff that comes up all the time in the things that you write, if you do a lot of construction stuff in your civil division, add those things into it. Just because I don't have it in there doesn't mean it's not something that you should put in there. So look at here, April. It knows that it should be followed by, I'll click on it here. April 24, 2007 converts to April 24, 2007. It knows to do that by seeing the word April. So all of those words are in here. Every month is in here. December it knows to convert that one into December the 24th. It knows to make that an ordinal number because the word the follows December. It knows to follow the grammar rules if you let it do it.
Yep.
I'm trying not to, am I explaining myself well?
Yep.
So you can go in here, and set them however you want them to be. So once again, I am in the number conversion dictionary. So remember the 3 things that make number conversion work. Cleaning out your dictionary, making those settings in your translate options right here, making the settings go to how you write. So that's number 2 of how Case Catalyst works. The third thing to make it work is going into your number conversion dictionary, going through it, but first try playing around with it before you even go in here and mess around with anything. And my suggestion once again is use mine if you want to. Just move that in. You can name this one a different one. The original one, name it number conversion 1. And then if you don't like how mine is, you could go in and delete mine and go back to using the original one. And then the 4th thing that makes number conversion work are those number triggers. So I'm going to go back here to writing real time, and I'm trying to think of another number trigger that would.
I can do a number. So
sure, go ahead.
Her salary is $52,413.28.
It converted it. I mean, I don't know if you guys are as amazed by this as I am, but to me, it's absolutely amazing.
There's Brenda says that's amazing in the comments. There's another question. Will the AM and PM and area code keep them together with the numbers?
The AM and PM, keep them together with the numbers. Okay, you mean so if I wrote 9:48 AM, and you don't want there to be a space here? Is that what you're saying? If you didn't want a space here within your, this is all your dictionary options, then you would change this within your dictionary. So I don't know if you guys know, there's a key on your, that you could add to your keyboard. This is, I'll go over this in the keyboard mapping, which is our next option. But if you go to, in your dictionary, there's a thing called Query Real-Time Translation. So if I went here and went to Query Real-Time Translation, there's no steno found for that because it converted it. But Query Real-Time Translation would tell you exactly what's in your dictionary. And so if I didn't want this to be that word, or if I would just go into my dictionary and change how the AM is coming up, and then Case Catalyst will use your way of writing it or your preference for how you want it to look in your transcript. That's stuff that is your preference to change. So however you want it to be, put it in your dictionary that way.
Another
More questions?
Is now an allowable time to go over stitching for spelling, or will that be in a different webinar?
I was going to do that in the macros one. So how to do your keyboard index, how to make a keyboard map, and doing a macro. Those would both be in the next class. So stay tuned.
Okay.
Stay tuned for the next lesson.
Okay. Final DZ does not work here though, correct?
Not if it is attached onto your numbers. So if I wrote 59, I could never do that. I don't have a lot of strength to get my, it will not, the numbers cannot have that DZ on the end of it. And I know for a lot of you who learned how to write numbers that way, it's probably almost impossible to change, but I'll just tell you that 45 years ago, when I went to court reporting school, I did not learn long vowels. So if I could change my writing to enough to learn long vowels and become a real-time writer, you could learn to rewrite your numbers to exclude that DZ so that number conversion works. That's all I could tell you. Do you want to get out of this and do auto includes, or?
Go more questions, hold on. I came in a few minutes late. For the entries in the number conversion folder, do we need to move the conversions we want over to our dictionary, or do those stay in the system?
No, number conversion, I'll go through it one more time. The only thing you're moving out is numbers in the steno portion of your dictionary. So I'm going to go back to my personal dictionary. If you missed the very beginning, you do not want any numbers at all to be in this part of your dictionary. I know you might have, like a 0.08, like, you write 0.08. I'll just show you. If I write 0.08, there's no numbers in that part of my dictionary. So I write 0.08. Automatically converts it. His breath was a 2.75. Oh, it's not going to convert because I hit a P in there. It'll automatically convert that. So you cannot have any numbers in this portion of your personal dictionary. You could have a million numbers over here. You just can't have them over here. So you're going to filter them out. Entry type, numbers, filter them out, get rid of them. You're not going to see any in mine because there aren't any. You can have a number here, but none over here. Move them to a dictionary named old numbers. Just in case you don't like how this works, you could always move them back. I seriously doubt that you're ever going to want to do that, but You're going to unfilter your dictionary, go back here, entry type. You're going to filter for numeral words. Filter, make sure again, there's no numbers here. It's going to take you a little while to do it, but it's worth it in the long run. I'm going to unfilter my dictionary. I will show you some other number triggers that are in my dictionary if anybody's interested in them. I'm going to filter number triggers, filter. So these are all the words all the things that I have as number triggers in my dictionary to make my real-time work better. So I have area code, cell phone number, cell, home number, incoming call will trigger it.
What about a
number dialed
with the last four? You have that in there.
Zip code is in there
with the +4.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
But
all, I mean, those are things you could just number dialed. I have number dialed in there for me. I was maybe I can pretty much remember when I put this in there. I was in a murder trial and they were doing cell phone towers and how they were pinged, and I wanted the numbers to come up, and so I added into my dictionary number dialed or outbound call, outgoing call. I added those trigger words here with this combination after it. So how you would do that would be, say for instance, I'm going to copy this, Control-C, copy it. Now I wanted to add, I'm going to Control-I. I want to add something into my dictionary. So say I wanted to add in inbound call. I would write how I write inbound. Let me see now. And then I would write inbound. Well, actually, I need to add the stroke here for call. No R in there, sorry. And then I would put inbound call. Now I'm going to do Control Paste, Control V, and it adds what that number trigger is. Hit OK. Just ignore these all. And now that's in my dictionary. So now if they said inbound call, which I doubt that they'd ever say, I was just using this as an example. I just added that. So as soon as they said inbound call, it would know to convert that into a number on my, in my real time. So let's just see if I wrote in, what did I write? How did I write it? Inbound call. Now it's not in my dictionary the right way because it's making inbound into one word. It's like, oh, it did. It still converted it. Because I put the word inbound call, it knew to make that into a phone number. Can you see that?
Yep.
So as soon as I added that into my dictionary, it worked. So if you want to add any things like that to become triggers into your dictionary, go ahead and do them. Just remember to copy and paste those weird numbers so that you don't get them screwed up when you try to put them in there. So I'll show you. Would you guys like to see some more of the triggers that I have that are in mine, or should we go on to the next?
There's still a couple of questions.
Oh, okay.
Will the numbers use sticky spaces to keep things together?
Say that one more time.
It says, will the numbers use sticky spaces in quotes to keep things together?
Yes. You mean to not split it onto another line? Yes. Okay. It wouldn't put the rest of the phone number on the other line.
Yes, that was the question.
Yeah, no, it won't do that.
Next question. Is it possible to use conversion for only certain things like social security number, because her times and dollars come up fine without conversion.
You could put those, you could put the trigger in, those triggers, you could put these into your dictionary and try, but I don't know if number conversion is going to work with those numbers being in the steno portion of your dictionary. You could try it, but I'm not going to guarantee that it's going to work.
Okay, any more questions right now from anybody? We've gone over the number conversions. If you don't have questions, we'll move on to the next part. I think we've got everything answered for number conversions. And oh, hold on. Oh, some things came up. Okay. Is there a trigger for when you write regarding ballistics, as in 45 caliber gun?
Yes, there is. Those are in that. I'll go back to this number conversion. I'm in system files. Once again, your system files in this number conversion. If I looked for it, caliber, right here. So it knows that if it sees that word, it will convert 11 caliber to 11 hyphen caliber. So it's in there.
So if you wanted to
I'm telling you that
.45 caliber, that you would just put that
well,
in.
because the point, yeah, because the point is already into your dictionary, that it knows how to convert that. So it works on a couple of different systems together. It's using the point to change the 4.5 to make that a number with the point in there versus the word point. And then it's using the number conversion part to put the caliber part in there.
Okay, that answers her question. Anything else for anyone while Cheryl's phone's ringing?
Sorry, that's
It's okay.
probably one of the judges calling. I'm sorry.
Not a problem.
Okay.
We're on a hiatus, and there are I don't see any other questions, so you can move on to your auto conversions if you'd like.
Okay, the auto includes is really probably auto includes is the next. So auto includes are one of the easiest things that you could possibly do. Once again, back to your personal dictionary. Once you're in your personal dictionary, first of all, you have to have made the include. So if your certificate page, those things that are includes can be auto included into your transcript. That's the difference between the two things. An include is something that you can manually include into your transcript by just using the include feature and bringing that parenthetical or that title page or certificate into your transcript. An auto include is while you're writing, automatically including it to the transcript by using specific steno strokes. So you're in your personal dictionary. The only way you can get an auto include in is by manually putting it in through into your personal dictionary. So I'm in my personal dictionary. I'm going to go to File here, Include or F9, either one. Whoops, not it, sorry. In my dictionary. No, of course, where is it? Okay, it's under Edit, sorry. Insert Auto Includes. I'm going to click on this. It's going to ask me for what steno I want to use. So if you wanted to include a certificate and you wrote cert, this is where you would put that. So you would put in the strokes cert. If you wrote it in 2 strokes, then you're going to go browse to your include file. And now I'm going to look for that certificate here. So if I wanted to automatically include my criminal e-signature, which has my signature already on it, go to the includes folder, open it, and click on OK. The only one that you want to bring the layout with is going to be that e-signature one, because the e-signature won't bring the layout for your the photo of your signature unless you click on that bring signature with you. I'm not going to hit on OK here because I already have my cert in. I don't want it to screw anything up. So if you wanted to bring in and include for a title page, same thing. You would go to Edit, Insert Auto Includes, click on that. The steno for how you would write your title. Tight, maybe. I'm not sure how other people would write it, but this, I think you all would know, but when you use the, what the heck is that called? That is to separate the two strokes. Then you're going to click on Browse. I'm going to go to my Includes folder here. Look for it. This would be the CourtSmart title page. I would click on that. Open. Hit OK. So now, as soon as I hit tight, it's going to automatically bring that up into a transcript. So I'm still in this number conversion practice here, but I will write cert, which is what my certificate came up. So that's the super, I mean, it's super easy to do. I know people are intimidated by doing things like that, or sometimes we just forget how to do them, but that's how you would do an auto include. Are there any questions on that?
There are not any questions yet, but a couple people added that it was slash or backslash for the separation.
I know. I know, my mind went totally blank. Sorry, guys.
The only thing we've got was, wow, that was way easy. Thanks. So
yeah, it's super easy to do. Just remember, you're going to be in your personal dictionary. Edit, auto includes, put the steno for what you want it to be, bring and browse your include folder, pick what you want. So, I mean, if you're writing real time, I think someone asked the other day for why I had a certain thing in my includes, and the thing in my include was short, slow, I think it was. That's the perfect example of an auto include. So if I write slow, and I'm writing real time for the judge, that's what pops up on the screen. Please ask counsel to slow down. Maximum real time speed has been exceeded. Record is being compromised. So that was an auto include. I first typed that in as an include. So I made the include first by going into your include files, making the include, and then I included it into my personal dictionary. So when I'm writing real time, it pops up.
There's a question, but it was also answered in the chat, but for everyone else. So the trick to including those files is to have those documents in the auto include folder instead of simply with all the rest of our documents within our username, correct?
No, they need to be in your include folder, not your auto include folder.
Oh, in the includes, not auto include. Okay.
Right. They have to be in the include folder. So you would have to have gone into your includes. In here. They have to be in here, in this includes folder. And then they can become an auto include. So there's two parts to it. You first have to have an include or make an include. Then you have to auto include it into your dictionary. So whatever command you use for those things, write it in your write the steno for it, include it in your dictionary, and they'll automatically pop up. I mean, like all of these things should automatically be coming up. Redirect, recross. You should write all of those while you're writing as an auto include. And your transcript, all those things should be in when you start editing a transcript. They should all be in there.
So,
I mean, like if I wrote cross, it's going to come up cross-examination. Direct examination should automatically come up because I'm writing the command for them as my auto include command. They will automatically come up.
what's your warning include?
Slow.
Now, do you have something titled warning? Somebody asked.
It might be. Do I? I don't know. You have to remember that I haven't really been I haven't been a working reporter for the last year and a half. So some of these things,
I'm not sure. So
I'm not seeing it.
okay.
I'm not seeing it.
There's an off-topic question. How do you get your name as part of the box around the transcript?
Okay, so to do that, I'm going to exit out of here, go up one level. I'm going to go into the transcript. When you go into the transcript, under format here, but this you need to do, I'm kind of jumping around here. I'm going to exit out of here. There's a thing called layout that is one of the other things that is in your system files, right here, layouts. If I go to my layouts, in case Catalyst sticks all of these in here, I usually go in and delete them whenever there's an update, but like I said, I haven't really been a working reporter that much in the last year and a half. So I'll go into now I'm in the layout folder. I'm going to go into my layout. You go up here to format. Why is it not letting me do it? Modify layout. And a box should pop up on the side, which it's not doing. For some reason, it's not popping up the box on the side that should let me change the layout. So I'll do it another way. If I'm in a transcript, format, modify layout, and then you go here, headers and footers. I think header number 1 right here is where you put that in. So it goes on every single page, but you need to modify it in the layout. And for some reason, it wasn't letting me do that in the master layout, but that's where it is. I'll try going back again to do it. System files, layouts. Oh, sorry. Cheryl's DuPage. I don't know if it's because this box is along here that's not letting me do it. There should be a box that pops up here along the side for me to change the format, and for some reason it's not letting me do it. Sorry, but that's where you would change it. Also, Control H in the regular keyboard. Control H lets you do it also. I'll go back into a transcript and you'll see. So Control H. If I wanted to change that header or footer, sorry, I have to change out of this keyboard. And then you could change it right there. Change header or footer is right there, but you really need to do it in that formatting layout, which for some reason it's not letting me go into. Okay, any other questions?
There are. One, just a comment. Warning is in all caps at the top of the page on your includes. So
wait, say that again.
The warning is in your includes. It's in all caps at the top of the page. That's what you were looking for earlier when someone asked you what the warning.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay.
I have see the fourth thing down, what that is. Someone's just being curious on your stuff.
And what are they trying, what are they looking
Fourth
at?
thing down, well, fifth thing, grand jury forms, there's a warning right there.
Oh, that might be the same thing. Oh, no, this is
Oh, your
um
rough draft.
for an unedited, right,
Okay.
for a rough draft.
Okay. Question. I have prepared auto includes, but can you explain again how to set up in personal dictionary with a stroke to bring it in while writing?
Okay, so you have includes in your include folder like this, right? They're in your include folder. That's where I'm at right now. Includes, this is my, all of these things are includes that I could bring in into a transcript. So once again, what you would do is you're going to go to your personal dictionary, go to edit, insert auto includes. Now in your mind, you have to come up with the stroke for what you're looking to auto include in. So if you wanted to include that warning, type in warn would be what I would use. Now you have to browse to find it. Once again, you're going to that include folder that already exists. And then you guys said it was in here, right?
Yeah. Warning.
Right here, warning, open, hit OK, and it's automatically going to go into my dictionary. Now, as soon as I'm writing, it'll automatically include it. I'm pretty sure that that's the stroke that I used to put that in anyway, so I'm not going to hit OK again. Does that make sense?
That does. I think that
And
is it on questions so far. Any other questions on anything today? We're right about an hour, so that's a good CE hour time.
okay, hopefully I did a better job explaining this than I did on indexing. Sorry about that.
No, quit apologizing. You did great. Another question. Some are coming directly to me, so just to let you know, so people aren't seeing it. How do I add the filter the icon onto the toolbar?
It should be there.
Okay.
If it's not there, you would have to go to this little toolbar option, add or remove buttons, and it should be part of the standard ones.
Okay. But they can add it if it's not
If
there.
it, they can add it by going to customize, and then you have to look for where it is, and I'm not quite sure where it is, but it should be on there. When you're in your personal dictionary, if it's not on your menu bar, I don't know what happened to it. That's something that should be on there. But if not, you can add it by going to toolbar, add or remove. Let's see the dictionary, go to dictionary list, and it's right there. Let me show you that one more time. So you would go to this little arrow, any little arrow at the end of any of the menu commands, toolbar options, add or remove buttons, dictionary list, and this should be clicked on. If somebody unclicked it, it's going to go off. Filter on. Just click right in front of it.
Okay. Next question is probably a little off topic too. How do you change your background color? It says, what about background color? How do you change it to blue?
If I wanted it to be blue, I don't like blue. I like pink.
Yeah, but
Okay, so you go to view,
something else.
view. All right, I'll show you something else while you guys are still on here. If I go up, here, this is Cheryl. If I go up one level, this, oh, I didn't put it on here. On my other computer, I have older notes on under a different user. And that's in green instead of pink, so that I know I'm in a different user. So you go to view here, your main menu, and you go to, let me think. There's a way to change the color here. Haven't done this for a while, so you guys kind of have me.
You weren't prepared for this question, so.
I was not prepared for the question, and I haven't done it for a while.
You just send it
You
out.
can change this to any color you want it to be. I just have to figure out where it is now. But you know, you could change all of your fonts. Do you see how my fonts are bigger here? When you get older and you can't see, like I can't see, text font. It's coming up. You can make it as bigger here. So I have it set on bold and 12. If I wanted to change it to 18,
Oh, Marcia's
now I have to,
asking about changing the user icon to different pictures, and she can't find that anymore.
the user icon to different pictures?
This,
So you mean this user icon? Is that what you're talking about?
Marcia, is that what you're talking about? Yes, exactly.
I haven't done that for a while either.
We can all look for that, and I'll send it out after the fact for all the things that you're.
Thanks, Tim.
That would be fun.
Okay, any other
We're
questions? I know how to change these.
Customization questions. You need to have a whole session on customizing, and we'll have people submit questions.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, like you could change the, see how you, like any of these things here, if you right click on and then you have to go to like the dot at the end, add or remove buttons, customize, and see once that box is open, you could customize any of these. So now say for instance, I want to do my dictionary. I want it to be personal dictionary, but I want to change the button. So I hit here, change button image, and I'll put a little heart there for my dictionary. But now I don't like it because now it doesn't say that it's my dictionary. So now I'm going to right click on it again, and I want it to say the name and the image. So you have to type that into here. I don't want the button image to be a heart on here. Now I have to change it back. All right, now I have to figure out how to change it back, you guys.
Reset button image?
Probably. There you go. Thanks, Tammy.
I'm going to know Case Catalyst so well.
You're going to know Case Catalyst. You're going to be before you know it, on the side, you'll be editing transcripts. Okay, any other quick questions I can answer? Now it's going to bug me about how to change the colors on here.
You can find that, and then we'll send out information when I send out everybody's certificate of attendance for this.
All right.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of different colors. You could change it to red. There's a bunch of different colors you could change it to. Green. Okay, any other?
So, okay, I think tools option theme, question mark.
Tools what?
A little more. All it says is tools option theme, question mark. Try tools, then options, then themes. That's what, oh, it was a suggestion.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what it is. It probably is that. It's just that I haven't done it for so long. Okay, so they're right. Here it is, themes. So you could change to another color. Cinnamon large. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, yeah. Ugh. No, I don't like that.
So the next.
Okay, so that's where it's at. Anybody else? That's where it's at. Tools, options, themes. I like quiet pink large is what I have. Or you could go to stenograph red. Ooh, I don't like that either. I guess that's why I've got pink.
Used to pink. The next webinar is Wednesday at 11 a.m. And what's the topic on that one?
That is keyboard maps and macros.
Keyboard maps and macros. Okay, I'm going to get the invite out on that one so people can register and we can email out information for the keyboard maps and macros. Okay.
And if anybody has anything that, if they have a problem with their number conversion and they want to call me, you could put my number out there again, Tammy, 630-407-8891 is my work number, or they can email me and I'll try and help them.
Okay, let's see. Thanks again, Cheryl, for all you do.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay.
And don't forget to tell them that those number conversion, the directions are on ShareFile again. So
Yep.
if anybody wants to look for those, look on ShareFile.
I posted the
It'll
link
get you through it.
during the session, and also it went out in the email. I think the registration email has had a link to it as well. And that's it. All right. Thank you for attending, everyone.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to send out the certificate for the webinar 1, and I will also be sending out attendance for this one once I get it all closed out.
Okay. I'm signing off.
Okay. Thank you, Cheryl.
Bye. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.